So Richard, you've had a few days to recover and recuperate after the game against Batley at the weekend. What can you take from that and into the next game against Featherstone this weekend?
We looked at our defence and we were really pleased with that. We improved our kicking game as well. Difficult conditions to playing for both teams. I thought both teams really contributed to a real good spectacle, although it was a bit old-fashioned at times and there was a bit of mud and that flying around. But from our point of view, it was a good test for us. We're glad to come out the other side of that, really, because it could have gone either way at certain points in the game. And I think, just to get that score on the board before half-time certainly give us some impetus and momentum going into the second half.
So, like you say, it was a good win, but Featherstone at the weekend got beat by Bradford. So you're now moving into this game with a little bit more confidence as well, and they've been obviously knocked back as well. So how do you feel that it'll take the lads forward? Will it give them a bit of a confidence boost ahead of Sunday?
I think any win gives you confidence in and belief in what you're doing and why you're doing it. We look at the opposition, we look at ourselves first and foremost, and we're trying to improve week on week. Featherstone will be a different proposition this week. Coming off a loss, they'll be desperate to make up ground on the other teams in the competition, and we'll be desperate to keep our momentum going forward. So it'll be interesting. It's one that we're really looking forward to. We're not settled on the squad as yet. We're not quite sure of our combinations, how we're going to tactically what we're going to do, but we'll be enthusiastic and we'll have a 100% attitude for this week.
So you say that you're not entirely sure on your full strength squad for the Featherstone game. Have you got any injuries coming in the squad ahead of that game?
We came through pretty well. Jacob got a knock to the head. Well, fingers crossed he'll be fine, pass fit. Andy Braychip got a mouth injury. He should be okay. Ruined his good looks, he said after the game. So, but he's a battle hardened professional. I'm sure he'll put his hand up. Adam Robinson got through the game, albeit with an injury coming into the game, but managed to get through the game. And Scott Romero probably the same vein as well, but again came through the game. So we'll monitor them this week. It's only early in the week. We're not set on the squad, but we'll put our fittest 100% team out.
So from the game, obviously the defence was something that you wanted to work on after the first few pre-seasons and first few league games, and it seemed to be that you got that just right against Batley. Is there anything else that you can work on now ahead of Sunday? Any certain sort of area that you think you can improve?
I like the last 15 minutes of the game, not from a coaching point of view, in terms of the game was in the balance, but looking back from a performance and what the players did on the field. I think we can get a lot of belief out of that 15-minute period where we didn't force the ball. We made a couple of breaks as well. Biggie Richard Moore and made a full-length dash down the field. And I thought our game management, our kicking game, was a lot better in that 15-minute period. We really squeezed the opposition down and kick-chased very hard. I think if we'd have did that a little bit better in the first half and probably not come up with a couple of high shot penalties and a couple of errors early on in tackle counts, I think we could have scored a couple more tries. So if you look at that, let's look at that 15-minute period. Let's make sure that's the first 15 minutes against Featherstone.
Is that what? So you need a good first 15 minutes to really put them under the pressure and probably hopefully get the early try on the board.
Yeah, it's not necessary to score first in games. Obviously, we were behind in that game, 2-0, albeit to a penalty. But it's important that you put into practice what you spoke about in the week. We'll be doing that, and that's all you can ask as a coach is the players execute the game plan that pretty much they come up with. That's what we're about here, is the players, giving them some ownership on how we want to play, how we want to be perceived as a team. And the players come up with the plays on the field. I don't think there'll be too much change in the way we're playing. I think we're just sort of finding our feet now as a group and as a team, and there's a long way to go yet. This result, this game, won't make or break our season as yet, but it will add probably another notch, so to speak, to the bedpost and give us a bit more impetus to go forward if we perform.
So obviously a real good travelling support again on Sunday. Is it vitally important to get a bigger home crowd for this game against Featherstone on Sunday to give the lads that extra bit of a boost?
I think, yeah, the Featherstone, I think they travel really well. I think they've got a really good loyal support there. You know, it's a small town, but I think everybody is behind the rugby club in Featherstone, which, you know, quite rightly so. They've been a champion team for many years, and they've got a rich traditional and history, as of Halifax as well. And our support was great last week. It really did. To be fair, probably tied in with that last 15 minutes of the game. I thought the supporters really got behind the team and could see at what we were trying to do, and they lifted us. You know, and that it does work hand in hand. Yeah, we'd love a big crowd this week. Featherstone got a great crowd against Bradford last week. I think it was over 6,000 there, so that's a fantastic for everybody at that club. You know, hopefully at our club, and we had a great support against Lee. You know, if we can match that and even better it, that would be fantastic for our players.